All the hectic campaigning, the allegations, counter-allegations, the entire drama falls silent today, ladies and gentlemen, for the national capital as the campaign crescendo today has ended. These loudspeakers that you saw on the truck of Arvind Kejriwal, all these loudspeakers have now turned silent. And on the last day of the campaigning, the big guns of all political parties tried to reach that extra mile to ensure victory for their party. Prime Minister Modi leading the front for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Priyanka Gandhi on a road show for the BJP, union ministers were there, and also Arvind Kejriwal campaigning for the incumbent Chief Minister Atishi as far as the national capital is concerned. Now, the big question, ladies and gentlemen, is with all the noises that you have heard, whether it was the Sheesh Mahal controversy, the corruption charges on the Aam Aadmi Party, or the schemes of Arvind Kejriwal, the muft that we have been hearing in the national capital, can that propel the Aam Aadmi Party once again? Can Arvind Kejriwal become the Chief Minister for the fourth time? Can the BJP end the drought in part, which it has seen for the last 26 years, and can the Congress script some sort of revival in Delhi? All those questions are now over to the voters who are going to vote on 5th of February, and the results will be on 8th. We'll discuss key factors, but before we do that, let me just go across to my colleagues, those who are joining us at this moment. I'm being joined, ladies and gentlemen, from the Bharatiya Janata Party headquarters by my colleague Ishika, who is covering the BJP. Shreya is at the Aam Aadmi Party HQ. Let me start with you, Shreya, because the incumbent Arvind Kejriwal possibly is feeling the heat. One of the closest elections since 2013 that Arvind Kejriwal has seen, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is going to be the toughest election for Aam Aadmi Party. It is not just any other election. It is a war of survival for all the three parties, but particularly Aam Aadmi Party, taking into consideration the allegations of corruption and how the Aam Aadmi Party was almost on the brink of going completely, unstable because all the top leaders were arrested. And after that, we saw a change in the governance. We saw Atishi becoming the sitting CM, and now we saw Mr. Arvind Kejriwal campaigning quite aggressively. And this time around, we know this election, it is going to be a referendum election for Mr. Kejriwal's credibility, and of course it's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's popularity. It is going to be a true blue litmus test of popularity of these two mass leaders. We have seen that Aam Aadmi Party has been quite confident this time around as well, although there is this fear of anti-incumbency, and because they're very well aware and they have been acknowledging the fact that there is ground level dissatisfaction. A lot of areas where, Aam Aadmi Party government has failed to deliver, but they are promising the voters that if they are voted back to power again, then they will resolve the rest of the issues, be it Yamuna cleanliness,
right,
proper quality of water, tackling the air pollution, and BJP at the same time, they have been banking upon these unresolved issues, especially the infrastructural developments, and BJP has been pushing the narrative of the double-engine Sarkar.
Right. So BJP, of course, 10 years of anti-incumbency is what the Aam Aadmi Party government is battling. And Ishika, at least in this election, the BJP does feel that they have a fair chance, isn't it? Because they would believe that all the hard work that their leaders have done, the narratives that have been created, will that be enough to bring the voters out? Because eventually, Ishika, the BJP had to come on Arvind Kejriwal's pitch of what they used to call the Revaris or the freebies.
Well, Ankit, as you rightly mentioned, in fact, it is, the 10 years of anti-incumbency, what, the BJP is banking upon this time. And on that, certainly, they have, in fact, gathered the confidence of their comeback this time. They are saying that it will be the double-engine Sarkar that will be coming to power in Delhi almost after 27 years. And as you rightly mentioned, Ankit, we have seen that for that very cause, big guns of the BJP BJP, from Home Minister Amit Shah to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to neighbouring states' chief ministers, all have been on the battleground Delhi rather, holding rallies to roadshow from every nook and corner of the national capital. But as you mentioned, the campaigning has come to an end. All the election, campaign vans have now been parked at the BJP office, from where we are, in fact, reporting from. All the volunteers, the Karyakartas have come back. But certainly, if you look at their campaigning so far, these Sheesh Mahal Rao, the different, allegations of corruptions have been the highlight of their campaign from the very start. But apart from that, as you very rightly mentioned, this time what was also very interesting is that BJP also had to come up with a freebie-packed manifesto. So certainly, it is the freebie politics yet again that took the center stage. Over to you.
Whose promises are, heavier weight for the voters? We'll have to wait, and the voters will have to, in fact, answer that on 5th. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. Let me also very quickly shift focus and get some expert views on what's happening in Delhi, ladies and gentlemen. Who stands where? Dr. Kartikeya Batra, visiting fellow, See Voter Foundation, is joining me at this moment. We also have Amitabh Tiwari, well-known political psephologist, strategist, and analyst who's joining us at this moment. Gentlemen, thank you for speaking to us. Let me start by asking you, Amitabh, where, according to you, at this moment is the Delhi election headed? Because eventually, whether it was Arvind anti-incumbency or the liquor scam or Sheesh Mahal, eventually the BJP also had to come to the pitch of the Aam Aadmi Party. Is this election on whose guarantees matter more?
I think the battle currently is evenly poised. However, for the first time, it seems that the Aam Aadmi Party is on the back foot here in this election, is largely because of the 3 M's, which is your Mahila, minorities, and the middle class. There has been some dent in the vote bank or support of Aam Aadmi Party in all these 3 vote blocks. If we talk about Mahila, the fact that the party was not able to transfer even one installment of the Mahila Samman Yojana, that sort of goes against the party. It would have been a feel-good factor if they were able to transfer at least some installments. Amongst the minorities, where they have a significant advantage over the BJP, the Congress party is making some decent inroads in the minority influence seats. And the middle class, which has been switching between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party from Lok Sabha to Vidhan Sabha, these corruption allegations have dented the credibility of Kattar Imandar image of Arvind Kejriwal. And with this budget announcement now, this could also sway some of the middle class or a large section of the middle class voters to stay with the BJP because they had voted for the BJP in large numbers in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how much or how these 3 key voting segments vote and what is the turnout amongst these on the voting day.
All right. Amitabh made some interesting points about the 3 M's, Kartikeya, but is this enough? Are all these factors enough at this moment to make the BJP cross over that 36 mark, which has been elusive for them in the last 26 years? The fact also remains that largely, even with the minority vote, the contest is being seen between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, is the BJP gaining on those seats? 8 of the Muslim seats, 12 of the SC/ST seats, 20 seats where the BJP has always found it difficult to make a mark.
Ankit, Amitabh Bhai has essentially played an Amitabh Bachchan on me. He's basically covered everything, more or less, that had to be said. So not a lot is left to be said. But on those 20 seats, is this going to be advantage BJP? It's tough to say, but I will just go to what Amitabh Bhai said at the end. Now, in the last lap, it is about getting your voters out to vote. And it's going to be an organizational battle now. See, what is the Aam Aadmi Party's biggest advantage? Minus all the problems that have been counted both by you and Amitabh Bhai, the Aam Aadmi Party's biggest advantage is they still have a very prominent face, a national level face, who's projected to be the Delhi Chief Minister once again. But that face has been shown. Now it's down to the organization whether they can bring out the voters and make them vote. Now, the Congress's X factor. You're absolutely right that there are these seats where the Congress can play spoil sport, but those are actually not the seats where minorities will dominate. Because there anyway, if you have a 60-70% seat where the minorities sort of that population level, there, even if the vote gets split, it's either the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress wins. The minority factor comes into the picture, or the SC factor comes into the picture more in the seats, which are the swing seats, or where they have the swing voters rather.
Okay.
That they have this 10,000 chunk, 8,000 chunk, 20,000 chunk in a large 1.5 lakh seat.
Right.
Where will they go there? And there they will go with the party which probably is in a position to beat the BJP.
Okay.
I'm not happy when I say this because this is strategic vote tactic, but this is what it is.
You're right.
Now, in seats where the Congress has put up good candidates, that might happen. But in seats where the Congress seems to be and also ran already, that might still not happen.
But Amitabh, let me bring you in on this. Barring a few seats, the Congress also, the insiders in the Congress would believe that they are not fighting the election as they should have fought, let's say, on 70 seats of Delhi. So is the Congress party only looking at defeating the Aam Aadmi Party, strategically playing, let's say, on 15-20 seats? Maybe the Aam Aadmi Party gets defeated, they eat away a chunk of the voters of the Aam Aadmi Party, possibly gaining upper hand, hence in Punjab as well. Is that the end game that the Congress is playing?
I think first and foremost, the Congress party is not contesting this election to win. It is rather, or it would rather be very happy at a 2013 kind of situation. So it wants to force a 2013 kind of situation wherein there is a hung assembly or a minor hung assembly. They have a few seats, but they play the role of kingmakers. Because that has an impact also, not only nationally, but also on or in Punjab when the elections are due in 2 to 3 years next. Because there, both these parties are in contentions. One of the main reasons why they have broken is that because there is a battle or a bitter battle going to be fought in Punjab 2 years down the line. So Congress party is trying to play the role of kingmaker here. However, it is taking a risk that even if they perform well, and let's say it helps the BJP to win the state elections, they at least in Punjab, BJP is not in contention, and this would impact the fortunes of the Aam Aadmi Party or weaken the Aam Aadmi Party for the battle in Punjab.
But Karthikeya, very quickly in conclusion, and just because we're talking about the Congress, which can become the X factor here, are we presuming that everybody who votes for the Congress party is a deficit for the Aam Aadmi Party? There could be a voter, lower middle class Jhuggi voter who doesn't want to vote for the Aam Aadmi Party, may have gone to the BJP and strengthened the BJP, but votes for the Congress party in the end. So it could have an impact on the BJP also in certain seats, taking the anti-incumbency vote, splitting the anti-incumbency vote.
Ankit, I'm sorry, I blanked out there. I couldn't hear your question. Could you repeat your question?
I'm just saying that is the Congress party only looking to damage the Aam Aadmi Party? There could be certain seats where it takes away some anti-incumbency vote and could split the anti-incumbency vote, eventually helping the Aam Aadmi Party possibly in a close contest.
I absolutely agree, and that's a point that's not been discussed enough. See, when Rahul Gandhi flaunts the issues of the poor and the Jhuggi Jhopdis, he's getting the Aam Aadmi Party voter to vote for him. But when he raises the issue of air pollution, and this could work in both directions. I mean, this is not a one-sided sword.
Yeah.
And which is why my sense is if the Congress was getting an en masse vote bank towards itself, it would have dented the Aam Aadmi Party. But if the Congress is relying on individual candidates, say a Sandeep Dixit and Abhishek Dutt, they are going to also eat into the BJP's vote bank.
Absolutely.
Because they are not going to just get the Aam Aadmi Party's vote. These are their own network-based votes. So it could actually go both ways, but I absolutely agree with Amitabh Bhai again. The Congress is fighting to open its account this time.
Okay.
And a respectable tally for it would be anywhere between 1 to 5 seats. And if it can get there and cross the 10% vote share mark, the Congress would have actually done,
I think
reasonably well.
you're right. I think we'll leave it there. It will be interesting to see what happens on the election day. But I think that's the crucial point. Can the Congress party touch double figure marks in this election? From 4% in 2020 election, can they reach up to 10% or more? Most people would conventionally say if the Congress reaches anywhere 12 to 15%, possibly it's end game for Arvind Kejriwal. But can the Congress party do that? It's a big ask. I mean, even for most supporters of the Congress party, we'll have to wait and see. We'll leave it there, gentlemen. Thank you so much for shedding light on some of the key nuances as far as Delhi elections are concerned.